Everybody tilts at some point or another, at least some of the time. And how you deal with this tilt can be the difference between winning and losing, crushing or just breaking even. Strategy and knowledge is, of course, very important in poker, but so too is the mental game of poker. And nothing is more important than the management of tilt. Managing your tilt is all about self awareness. We can try to reduce tilt to some extent, but it is not possible to eradicate it altogether. Our goal should be to become aware of our tilt and to take steps to mediate its effects on the implementation of our strategy. If you think you don't tilt or that you rarely tilt, I have some news for you. I'm afraid you tilt far more than you realise, and it is affecting your bottom line significantly. You may be making many stellar strategic plays, but tilt is like a slow leak draining your stack and your bankroll, while you are making very real and positive steps towards growing it. If you are hyper aware of your tilt and it makes you fearful of playing too often or of putting in much volume, then I have news for you too. Yes, you do tilt, but it is not as bad as it seems. Your opponents also tilt, probably more than you, and your awareness of your tilt is actually giving you an edge. You should try to let yourself play. Work on your tilt, but remember that everyone tilts, constantly to some degree, the same way that everyone makes mistakes. To think that you make no mistakes is foolish and wrong. To think you shouldn't is to put yourself into an impossible bind. Tilt can come in many forms. Personally, I define it as anything which takes you away from the current hand, the current strategic decision. Anything which has you losing focus, calm, or concentration. Tilt is often seen as only becoming a problem in its extreme form, swearing, shouting, flying off the handle. This is certainly a very damaging form of tilt, but we are also tilting when we fold hands we'd usually play because we're looking for safe spots or just lost a big pot. We don't call the river because we're scared of being wrong. We don't bluff because we don't want to look stupid. We're waiting for aces so we can at least win a pot. We're playing cautiously because we're on a downswing. Or we quit a session because we're up money and we don't want to have a losing session. Anytime irrationality creeps into our decision-making process, we are on some form of tilt. The answer to tilt is always the same. Get yourself back to the present moment. You may be getting worked up about getting too outed in the previous hand, but that was in the past. It is done. You have another hand now, and your primary objective is to play the current hand as well as you can. If you are tilted, you're lost in the past. If you're worried about playing hands or calling or bluffing because you're scared of what will happen, you're lost in the future. All you have is right now. All you can control is right now. And also, your best decisions will and can only come from right now. So getting to the present moment is key. You can make this more likely in general through healthy daily practices. All the regular advice. Sleep well, meditate, eat healthily, drink enough water, exercise regularly, etc. In the moment, however, you only have so many options. If you are very, very tilted and the option is available to you, you can go for a walk, meditate, exercise, journal, or whatever works for you. Many times while playing, we don't have time for this, however. In these times, try to breathe deeply, try to relax, or if you need to, let off some steam. While playing live, this may be difficult, but online you can yell or punch something to release your frustration. I also find that utilizing music helps a lot. If you're worked up and need to release it, then aggressive music can help. If you need to calm down, then calming music is good. Ideally music with little to no vocals and music which brings you back to your safe place. I can also highly recommend binaural beats. I don't know exactly how they work, but as far as I understand, depending on the frequency of the track, you can stimulate particular areas of the brain. So if you're worked up, you may want to listen to a track which calms your nervous system and takes you out of fight or flight mode. You can even find tracks with subliminal messages. So for example, you could listen to one that increases self-confidence if you feel fearful and need a boost of self-assuredness. It is not an exact science, and every person is, of course, unique. Suffice to say, though, you do tilt, that's okay, and there are plenty of things you can do to help. If you have any questions related to this topic, or any questions at all, I offer a free coaching service in the VIP Grinders Discord server. Feel free to come in and ask anything you like. I look forward to seeing you there.